Hi, and welcome to this episode of Victory Talk with Latasha White. This week, I want to pose a question to you. I know a lot of times they are questions, right? Because I always want to help you think introspectively about what's going on inside, because that's the external expression of what's going on, right? So whatever you see outside is a reflection of what has happened or is going on inside. So here's another one of those questions. What is up with your consistency? Or lack thereof sometimes? Where do you lie within that? I'm in it to win it and I'm going to see it to completion, or I start, stop, or I start, stop, and never start again. Somewhere along that line, that gradient, you lie in there somewhere. You might be the person that just like sets out, makes a decision, goes and executes, does again and again and again and again. Those people are few and far between. Those are what we call the 2%ers, right? So who are you in that? Are you the person that's like, dang, I'll just get out there and I go do it and I'm like in it to win it and then I just fizzle out? Or are you like, okay, I'll do it and then I'll stop and then I'm back at it and then I stop and I'm back at it again and I stop again? Whoo-wee, it's no wonder we're tired, right? I talked about that just last week, the sheer exhaustion of it all. So here's the deal. When we jump out there and do things and we're all excited about it and we get it and gone with it and all the stuff, and then we start to fizzle out, likely the fizzle out is because you've gotten to the part of the process that's not that fun. It's the part of the process that's not your lane of expertise. It's not your area of strength. And you're just like, oh my gosh, this is not fun anymore. I don't want to do it anymore because it's taken too much effort, strength, everything else in me to figure out what my next step should be. And so then you kind of put it at the bottom of the list, put it on the back burner. And no, I don't want to do that right now. And I'm talking to myself in this, because when I get to the point of the not so fun part of the process, I have to give it that extra push, that extra oomph, because I know for sure when I get into the miry muck of the details and all the stuff to make a thing happen, oh, that's what's hard. And did you hear what I said? You're trying to make a thing happen versus allowing a thing to happen. When we open ourselves up to the possibility that something can work through us instead of making it happen, that's one way of making it so much easier, making the process so much better, and it feels better, and you can actually stay in it. Also, you might need to delegate. It is completely fine. Like, you are still the owner of the vision, right? But you might have to ask for help along the way. You might have to get somebody else to say, like, can you work on this back end part of it while I stay up here in my area of strength and my area of expertise? Or if you don't have resources for that, or if you don't have anybody else to lean on, if you don't have a team or, other people, I'm not even talking only business. I'm not talking only personally. I'm talking about all of it. Like, you are who you are. And so however you're showing up personally is the same way you're showing up professionally. And so what is that support that you need to seek out? So often we want to own the whole thing and try to do it all from start to finish. And then it's like, why is this taking me so long? Well, no wonder, because you're not created for every single part of the process. You're created for this end goal. That's why the vision was yours. Who do you need to bring alongside you to help you do that? That's what keeps you in the game. That's the stuff that keeps you consistent when you don't have it for yourself. I'm telling you, all of this stuff falls back to the fact that we're trying to do everything by ourselves, right? We want to do it all. Why? Dang, that is exhausting. Ask for help. It's okay. And if you don't like the word help, say, I need some support around this. That might feel a little bit better to you. I need some support around this. And so think about this. If you just have that big vision, execution mind, and you just go for it, great. Keep doing you. But if you're the person that has that fizzle out along the way, what support do you need? Are you trying to make something happen that wasn't really the vision to happen in the first place? Are you trying to just really push for something and it just feels gross and not right? It's probably not. You might need to go back to the drawing board to figure out, what is this thing really supposed to look like? Think about those things. Don't just go for it because it's a vision that you thought you had and it wasn't that to completion. Figure out what it's really supposed to look like and then execute, okay? And then if you're the person that's just like, a start stop, like there's no fizzle out, you just stopped. You need some internal help. It's some internal help to grow through the reasons that you give up on yourself so easily. And when I say that, that's what I mean, because we can call it inconsistent. We can call it whatever we want to, but literally it's you giving up on you. If it's a workout regimen, if it's eating habits, whatever it is, you've decided, I'm not doing it anymore. Why? Why did you give up? Because it was no longer easy. It was no longer fun. You have no grit. Why don't you have the grit within you? You might not know. You might have to peel back some layers to figure out what it is at the root, at its core, that causes you to give up on you. Did somebody tell you along the way that you weren't going to be able to do X, Y, and Z? And so then when the going gets tough, you're just like, they were right. Don't give them the satisfaction. You get out there and you do the things that you're called to do, because you know that those are your things that you've been given in life to execute. If it's for you personally, if it's for you professionally, if it's for your family, whatever it is, don't you dare give up on you. And if you haven't been able to figure out, like, I don't know why I do this, I know for sure that I can do this, but I keep stopping, we need to connect. We need to connect. Go to LatashaWhite.com and there is a connect tab on there. I want you to fill that out and it just comes straight to my email. There is no middle person. There's nobody else that's going to be able to see it. It's completely confidential. Same with my inbox. If you go to any social media platform, Latasha White, and message me. I am sick to death of hearing all of these people talk about how they can't figure out how to do things when they haven't reached out for assistance. That's how I'm going to put it. Assistance. Just reach out for some support. Reach out and say, like, I don't have this for myself right now. Is there anything that you see that I could be able to do differently? Is there anything? And don't completely tighten your lid down to think, well, I could never afford that. You don't even know, because we haven't had a conversation for you to know. So what I want you to do is not give up on yourself in that, and figure out, how can we connect? How can you work with me to be able to move your ball down the court so that you can stop saying, I am inconsistent. I don't ever finish what I start. Let's connect. LatashaWhite.com. Thank you again for viewing us on Victory Talk, and we'll see you next week. Oh, and don't you dare forget about that app, GIVIN LLC, in your app store. You'll see all the Victory Talks there, and you can also contact me on that app as well. Hi, Latasha White here. I want to thank all of you for continuing to follow me on social media at Latasha White. But what I really want to bring to y'all right now is the brand new app in your Google Play Store or your Apple App Store. It is GIVIN, GIVIN LLC. And that's where you'll find all of your victory talks, all of your inspiration, and just go download the free app. And so you can stay in contact, get your push notifications. When I have new classes, you'll be the first to get notified. GIVIN LLC.